Hi everybody, this is Sarah, and welcome to the April forecast for Capricorn natives. This is Sun, Moon, and Rising sign in Capricorn. In today's video, we'll be looking at 6 major life points for you in the month of April, as well as picking the best stone for you to work with. If you're more interested in, let's say, romance or your home life, you can, of course, jump ahead. There is a timestamp on this video. Just see the description box below for the 6 things that we're covering, plus the crystal. I will be using a variety of tarot and oracle decks. All decks are linked below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, why not consider becoming a patron? I'll put that link up here and of course in the description box. This is obviously my take on the astrology and the tarot, and because of that, it will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. So Capricorn, it's been an interesting year for you already, and we see that you're basically standing on the precipice in April. The last couple of months, you've been very introverted. You've been looking at the future as to what you want to manifest, where you want to be. And in late April, we see you start moving forward on that. In the beginning of the month, though, you're still taking stock and you're still trying to decide what's important to you and what direction you want to go in. So let's see if the cards can give us any more insight. I'm going to shuffle really quickly, and the first card will be what you're bringing forward into April from March. And the first card is kindness. This is a nice card and a nice placement. You've been shifting your attitude on a lot of things, from your own personal morals to what you think about the world and how you treat people. Capricorn is known for being very proficient and very businesslike. And it's not like you're not emotional. You are, but you're just not overly emotional. And because of that, sometimes you come off as, how can I say it nicely, uncaring, but you're not. You care very deeply, but you also tend to respect people and respect the choices that they make. So you're not one that's going to give unsolicited advice. The last several months, as I said, you've been much more introspective, been thinking about your role in the world and where you want to be and what you want to do moving forward. And with it, you found some kindness. And this kindness also extends to yourself. You're learning to forgive yourself when you don't do, quote unquote, the perfect thing or the perfect job. You're starting to ease up on some of those personal judgments as well when you feel like maybe you should have done something different or that you didn't do enough. You're also seeking balance. March was another month of change for you, and you're trying to come to terms with some of the things that have happened over the course of the last 6 months. You've been thinking a lot about your home and family life too, and how the pandemic has changed your day-to-day life, or how it hasn't actually changed it that much, and how your responsibilities contrast with your relationships. And are you working at a job that actually plays to your strengths, or is it something that you just kind of landed in and because you are dedicated, you've made it work? So all of these things are going on as you begin the month of April. Let's draw the next card, which will be your obstacle for the month. Okay, and the card is the 7 of Wands. This card's been coming up quite often in readings, which is interesting because, it's a thick deck for one card to be coming up quite a bit. But I think a lot of us are going through this type of struggle. And it pretty much means that you're fighting a battle against opponents. You have the higher ground and you'll probably be successful, but you feel maybe outnumbered and you feel like you're at a disadvantage. I say that because if you look at the card, this is one of the only cards I believe in the Rider-Waite deck that contains someone wearing 2 different types of shoes. And I think the imagery is supposed to relate to not being prepared, getting caught off guard, not feeling complete, not feeling like you're enough, or not feeling totally prepared for the next battle or obstacle, right? Because you have, a shoe and a boot on, right? So it's kind of an interesting image there. But the person does have the high ground. I take this to mean basically you're not quite ready yet to jump out there. And even though you may be mentally ready, you don't have all your ducks in a row and you're not actually through the incubation process of deciding what you want to do and the changes that you want to make. You're ready, like I say, maybe mentally, but not emotionally, and maybe you don't have quite the right strategy developed yet. Capricorn is very decisive when they make up their mind they're pretty much there. It may take them a while to make up their mind, but when they do, they stick to their decisions. So I feel this card highlights this. You're almost ready to jump out there. At this point, you're still deciding and finalizing what you want to do and what changes you want to put in place. Don't lose faith. That's your obstacle for the month. Feeling persecuted, feeling like you're not ready, feeling like you have unknown obstacles ahead of you or opponents ahead of you. Even though you do have the high ground, it's going to be an obstacle. So let's draw the next card, which will be your biggest asset for the month of April. Feeling safe. This is a good card, and this is a good asset too. You've had some small health hiccups, you've had some money worries, you've had some just general unrest about where you are in your life and where you feel like you should be. And this card signifies that you're at a better place, that you're feeling safe, you're feeling secure, you're feeling like you do have enough, you're not struggling anymore. It's a lot easier to dive into philosophy when you know you have enough food to feed your family. So I think that's kind of where you are in April. You have the luxury now of not worrying about day-to-day stuff. So therefore you can focus on other things, getting your career in line with, what you're really passionate about instead of just taking a job based on money. So this is a very good asset for the month, and I think it's going to be a game changer for you because it will allow you then to reorganize your life in a way that's more meaningful for you without the stress, like I say, of day-to-day trying to pay a mortgage, trying to pay off student loans. So this is a good shift, and this is a very good asset for the month. So from here, let's look at what's happening in your home. So this card will cover you at home and also the people in your household. Moving forward fearlessly. This is a really good card. And this is not unexpected either. There's been some major shifts in the energy at home, both for you and the people that you cohabitate with. You are feeling better, they're feeling better, everybody's talking about the future now instead of lamenting the future. The fear and the pressure is beginning to lift, and we saw it the last week of March. We saw a shift happen then, and this energy will continue on into April. The one downside to this, though, is even when things work out, it can add more pressure to our lives. It's a balancing act. But overall, this card looks like, yes, things are moving forward at home, and you are stepping out there, you're dreaming again, you're planning again, and these ideas that you're coming up with are being supported by your family or the people that are close to you. So this is a really positive card, and yeah, I think this is very accurate. Things are shifting in your favor, Capricorn, and you're getting ready to move forward fearlessly. Okay, so let me shuffle really quickly, and the next card will be your love life, and this includes single and partnered Capricorn natives. The card is vacation, which has been turning out quite a bit in readings lately, but it's an interesting placement, isn't it, when we're looking at your love life? So single Capricorns, do you need to take a vacation from dating? Or do you need to look elsewhere when you're looking for a potential mate? Are you looking in all the wrong places and maybe you need to back off for a little bit? Generally, Capricorn is pretty methodical and logical when approaching dating. You're going to look for people in your area. You're going to, get on the right dating sites. You're pretty clear on what you want too. So maybe you need to take a vacation from that and just allow some of the magic to just happen. Now, I know with the pandemic and with everything going on, this has not been an ideal time for dating at all, but this won't last forever. So if no one interesting really comes along this month, don't worry about it. We have some big changes before the end of the year. Don't feel like you're missing anything. Maybe take a vacation from dating this month and really focus on other areas of your life. Things are changing rapidly, and so are your tastes. So maybe it's time also to rethink that, what you're looking for in a partner. For partnered Capricorn natives, it's time to break the routine and the drudgery and go out out and have an adventure. Take a vacation, spend some time together out in a different setting. Depending on where you are in the world and the pandemic situation, this may mean that you end up going camping for the weekend, or maybe you stay in a local B&B, and that's fine. If the conditions are much better where you are, then yeah, take a small trip and let that significant person in your life know how much they mean to you. And be honest about what you can afford and what your expectations are, and maybe plan the trip together and really make this a nice time for each other. So yeah, I think things are stabilizing in your romantic life for partnered Capricorns. And like I say, for the single ones, if you don't meet that special person this month, don't worry about it. They're out there. It's just a timing thing, and take advantage of all of this good fortune that's coming to you and focus on other areas of your life. But know that there is somebody out there that will be showing up soon. Overall, really good news. A lot of the signs are struggling right now in the romantic sector, so I would advise you to watch your partner's forecast as well and see how they're doing. The vacation may be exactly what they need. Okay, so I'm going to draw the last card, well actually the second to last card. I'm going to draw the card of where you'll be at the end of the month if you continue on the road you're on. Then after that, we will do the best crystal for you to work with. And the card is commitment. So a lot of people, when they see this card, they immediately think this is a romantic commitment, but that's not the only thing it means. It can mean that you're committing to an exercise routine. It can mean you're committing to a new business opportunity, or you're committing to yourself. You're committing to an idea, something that you want to manifest, something that you want to bring forward. It's a very positive card in the fact that you're at a place where you're ready to make a commitment. The commitment should bring more joy and more happiness into your life, and it shouldn't be just another responsibility laid on your shoulders. So this card signifies that if you stay on the path you're currently on, that you will commit to something. You will commit to yourself. You will commit to maybe that exercise program, as well as taking better care of yourself and trying for that new job or trying for that better business offer. Capricorn is very dependable and steadfast. The negative side of that is sometimes you stay in relationships or in jobs that don't fit you. You're likely to be a very good employee, but because you are conscientious and work hard, often you're taken advantage of at work. So this could be you committing to yourself to not settle for scraps and not be taken advantage of anymore. I see you moving forward rapidly in the latter half of 2021 and also in 2022. Actually, the energy is building and really won't plateau until 2024, but that's for another video. Overall, I would say this is a very good reading for you, better than it's been in a while, really. Things are balancing out now for you where you are optimistic again. You're thinking about the future. You are ready to start dating or spend time with that special person. You're no longer aggravating each other, and you're ready to take on some new responsibility, make a commitment to yourself, and move forward. So I'd say all in all, this is a very good month for you. Definitely you want to make the most of it. Okay, and speaking of making the most of it, let's draw the last card, which will be the best crystal to work with for the month. Ah, look at that. It's kyanite. This is a very good stone. Kyanite aligns all the chakras and the subtle bodies instantly. It helps balance our energy. It removes blocks, and it never needs to be cleansed. And there's a piece lying on the table right now, too. Kyanite has an incredible calming energy, which really helps us move forward in troubled times. It's also a powerhouse for working on localized pain. It also works to repair holes or tears in the aura. Kyanite is a very high vibration stone. It's something that we carry to remove toxic energy from our aura and our personal energy system. Blue kyanite is pictured, and of course, it is the most popular or easiest to find stone. Kyanite does come in other colors as well, but yeah, I think you would greatly benefit from carrying a piece of blue kyanite with you, and if possible, meditating with it. taps into the sacral chakra, and it can really help jumpstart our creativity as well. So not only does it help us repel negativity and remove toxins from us, it also clears our space too. So it is probably one of the top 5 stones that you should have in your toolbox, and it really can help us also understand what we want and help us manifest our dreams too. So it is a powerhouse. I really recommend everyone work with blue kyanite. I hope you found this little mini reading helpful. If you did, please give it a like, a thumbs up, because it really helps it get seen. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Serenity family. We're here because of you. So if you haven't, please subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified of all the new videos about to drop. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.